I have actually been in such a recipe rut lately. I don't know if it's because it's summer and I just don't feel like cooking as much in summer. I just feel like being outdoors and really enjoying these beautiful sunny days. But I guess you could say I'm just trying to find some new recipe inspiration. Let me know if anyone else feels this way or if it's just me. But at least we're off to a good start with some breakfast. Let's have some waffles. So I feel like if you're watching this, you might be stuck in a food rut as well. So let's talk about it. When I first started feeling this way, of course, I went straight online to Google. What should I do? What are some ideas to get myself out of this rut? And so here's what I found. Check cookbooks, blogs, YouTube videos, or even IG for inspiration. If you don't have a lot of cookbooks at home, you can check them out from the library. There is even a free app that you can download on your phone where you can access books online from your local library. So really, there are a lot of options here. And I know that just looking at other recipes really gives me a lot of inspiration. So that's definitely something that I need to do for my next few meal plans. Number 2, explore new cuisines. This is a great idea for anybody who's kind of always sticking to the same cuisine style every time they cook. I feel very fortunate to have traveled a lot and so have now been exposed to a lot of different kinds of cuisines, but cooking them is a different story. So I totally get it if you are a little bit intimidated, but honestly, it really can be worth it. So if you do have access to stores with different types of ingredients, this can be a really good place to start. If you've had a dish that you really enjoyed at a restaurant, maybe try and recreate that. A lot of recipes are actually really easy to veganize nowadays. So usually I like to look up an authentic recipe and it'll be easy to change out the meat for tofu or tempeh or something like that. Number 3, let local produce inspire you and or whatever's in season. I feel it's almost ironic that I am in a food rut right now during one of the most abundant times of produce of the year. So many different fruits and veggies are in season right now, and that also means that they're really good prices at the store. So I personally am trying to let that influence my recipe creation as well. I am trying to stick to more summer specific produce, especially if it's on sale. So definitely check the weekly flyers for your local grocery store, and or farmers markets are a great place to buy produce right now. So if you can really embrace the seasons and get some summer produce, I find that it's also a lot cheaper, which if you haven't noticed, prices are so high already, every little bit counts. Speaking of which, let's actually head to the store together. I need to go to No Frills and pick up a couple items. So let's see what's on sale, what's in season, and hopefully we'll get some inspiration there. So I feel like we got some pretty good deals on most of the produce. Some of the things that I noticed that were on sale were the grapes, zucchini, cucumbers, bell peppers, watermelon, cantaloupe, and pineapple. So now that our shopping is done, let's make some lunch together. And another tip that I have for being stuck in a recipe rut is to put a new spin on an old favorite, or even just revisiting old favorites in general. A meal that my husband and I used to eat all the time is sushi bowls, and I haven't had them in months. So especially with the warmer weather, a sushi bowl or even just making sushi wraps sounds delicious right now. And it's honestly super easy and really great for using up lots of leftover veggies because you can choose any kind of veggie toppings that you want on here. I have some carrots to use up. I'm also going to use some of the cucumbers that we just bought. But first, let's start with the base. I have this leftover rice quinoa mixture that makes a perfect sushi bowl base. It's been really hot here lately, and another way I'm trying to break out of my food rut is by jazzing it up with special drinks. Especially in the summer, I find myself just craving something a little bit more than tea or coffee or water. And I feel like with summer drinks, there's just so many more possibilities. So I actually really like using frozen fruit. I use this in combination with ice or sometimes instead of ice because it cools down the drink quite nicely without diluting the flavor. And then I do like to add a little bit of lemonade for sweetness. Now this brand in particular is no added sugar. It's just made with fruit juice, so that's why I love it. And then a little sparkling water to top it all off. I actually have a full summer drink video with a lot of different recipe inspiration, so I'll link that one down below in case you want to check it out. Another tip I read is to try different cooking methods. So maybe you're used to eating the same kind of foods over and over again, but you can always try cooking them differently. For example, I've recently started roasting more and more things in the oven, not only because it's easier, but also I really love the flavor profile of roasted veggies. Now, maybe because it's summer, you don't want to turn your oven on, but that could even be something like barbecuing your veggies instead of steaming them. Next time you have the barbecue on, just throw on a ton of veggies and then you have delicious roasted vegetables all ready to use throughout the week. So lately, since it's summer, I have been having a lot of salads, which can get kind of boring if you only just use plain raw veggies every time. I personally like to have as many different elements in my salad as possible. And so tonight I'm even gonna add some roasted veggies on there as well. We're gonna roast up some of that zucchini we got today and also some tofu, because both of those will work great to have on hand throughout the week. So that's just another little side tip. If maybe you're in a cooking rut because you're just tired of cooking, next time you go to make something, try making a larger batch, and then you won't have to do quite as much cooking throughout the week. So I'm actually going to make a triple batch of this oven roasted tofu, and we're gonna cook up all the zucchini at the same time as well. If you have any other tips you want to share with us for breaking out of a food rut, I would love to hear them. Please let us know in the comments down below. I think just having a community to share and talk about these things with is already really helpful. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and ideas in the comments, and let's break out of this recipe rut together.